Hello, sports lovers. Welcome to another exciting episode on Met Sports TV. I'm Med, and this is Africa's first choice online sports portal. Today's episode is about Devin the Dream Haney and Vasily Lomachenko's undisputed fight that we are looking forward to before Ramadan or after Ramadan. But before I get into the nitty gritty, since we end 2023, I wish you a prosperous and a joyous 2023. May everything you touch turn into gold. Now, the target for this channel is to get 1,000 subscribers. So please do me a favor. If today is your first time chancing up on this channel, please press the subscribe button and the bell icon. And for the returning subscribers, I'm most grateful, and the French would say merci. Let me bring you a quote from the promoter of both fighters, who is no other person than legendary boxing promoter Bob Arum. The fight is essentially made. We are looking for the site and the date, and that will be announced shortly. Arum told Sky Sports, I had lunch with Bill Haney, Devin's father, and Devin joined us, and they are all ready. They are lovely people. The fight will happen either before or right after Ramadan, because Devin is a religious Muslim and we can't do it during Ramadan, but we could do it before or after. So I discussed all that with Haney, Bob Arum continued. But they are on board for the fight. So this is the quote from Bob Arum, and this is sounding like good news for boxing next year, with Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk looked at on the 4th of March next year. I think the ideal time for this fight to happen is after Ramadan next year. That means after April, then we put on the fight. There will be conflict of promotion if the fight is before Ramadan. That means Top Rank, ESPN, all would have to invest in promoting the fight with alongside that of Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. So after Ramadan is ideal, but there is a lot of controversy, or there would be a lot of issue. I think I should point out to my subscribers, if the fight is after Ramadan, that would mean that Devin Haney, still 24, but making weight would be extremely difficult because your body grows day in, day out, and Devin walks around looking around 147 to 150 pounds, and he is the bigger man of the two. So coming down to 135 would be extremely difficult. So if the fight happens after Ramadan, it creates a greater challenge because his body would have grown over the days. Now, if it also happens after Ramadan, Vasily Lomachenko would have turned 35 years old, meaning his speed would have naturally gone reduced, his footworks and all those things would have, his agility would have reduced. So that is also another advantage for Devin Haney. So it goes both ways, and making weight would be a challenge for Devin Haney, whilst age would be a factor for Haney or Vasily Lomachenko in making adjustments in this fight. And looking at Vasily Lomachenko's last two fights, he did not look so he looked impressive against my fellow countryman Richard Comey, but he did not look so impressive against Ortiz. I don't know if it's because Ortiz was his sparring partner, but he did not look so great against Ortiz. I don't know if Vasily High-Tech Lomachenko was just playing my games to look bad in order to bait Team Haney and taking the fight, but I think you are just as good as your last fight. And talking about last two fights, Devin Haney's last two fights were a masterclass. He displayed the skill of boxing to the highest level when he went to Australia to defeat then undisputed lightweight champion Cambosos Jr. So those two fights looked good for Haney, and they have put him right on top of the two on the food chain. Now, another thing I would want us to look at the common opponent of both fighters, and he was the first person to knock down Lomachenko, and he hit Devin Haney real bad in the 10th or 11th round in their fight. So both of them had problems with Linares, who is of a former world champion himself. So I think this fight would be the test of Devin's mantle, because Vasily Lomachenko has faced way better oppositions than Devin Haney. But Devin Haney actually did not have any reason to take this fight, because making weight has been a challenge for him. So he could have easily moved to 140-pound division. That is a junior welterweight division, and make great things there. Coming in as a WBO champion, then when he triggers it, he may become the mandatory challenger for Josh Taylor's belt. So, Devin the Dream Haney had other options, but I admire the fact that he wanted to prove his greatness. Lomachenko is the right name to do it with, because he was one time the face of boxing, the #1 pound for pound boxer. And when you dethrone, though he has been beaten, he has lost 2 fights. He has fought 19 times, won 17, lost 2 with 11 KOs, while Devin Haney has 29 fights, no loss, no draws. So if you dethrone Lomachenko, you gain credibility. You gain credibility because you have beaten a man who became a world champion in 3 fights. In his second fight, he was competing for world championship. So if Devin the Dream Haney beats Vasily Lomachenko, it takes his legacy to the next level. Being undisputed and beating Lomachenko at the lightweight division, it will be regarded as you have done it all. Whilst this would go on to be a shame for Tank Davis, because Floyd Mayweather guided him to dock Lomachenko whilst Lomachenko was champion. In fact, Tank Davis has not been a champion in the lightweight division. All the belt that he has were secondary belts. He has not had the primary belt in the lightweight division, and they'll go ahead and hype him as a 3-division world champion. But Tank Davis is a 1-division champion, because all the other belts he held, there was a primary champion. So this is good for boxing. Subscribe to Mespos TV. I'll keep bringing you more boxing news. Stay positive. Remember, I'm wishing you a glorious and a prosperous 2023. Au revoir. Bye-bye.